Okay. Have you ever been at the gym and like just, I don't know, spent more time trying to figure out the tech than actually
Oh,
working out?
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the treadmills don't talk to my watch. And then, the apps
No.
want you to like log in for every machine. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's like the gym tech world is so far behind. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Yeah. Like, what if there was, I don't know, a better way? Like, what if there was something that could bring all this tech together? Like, have you ever used Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in a car?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like that, right? Like, you just
Mhm.
plug in and everything works. It's like seamless.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about today, actually. There's this article by Tharun Poduru.
Okay.
He makes a really interesting case for why gyms need this kind of like overhaul.
Yeah. So for people who haven't used those car systems, it's basically you connect your phone and then like boom, all of a sudden your car can run your maps and your music and like all that stuff. It makes the whole driving experience,
So much better.
it's just like smooth,
It's so smooth. Yeah.
So imagine that in the gym. Like you
Yeah.
walk in and all your data, your preferences, everything is just there.
Like even your Spotify playlists, on any machine.
Yes. Okay, that sounds amazing, but how would it actually like work? The article talks about like standardized core functions and customizable layers and like this whole ecosystem thing. It sounds kind of complicated.
It's actually simpler than it sounds. So think of it like building a house. The standardized core functions are like the foundation, right?
Yeah.
It's like the basics, the user authentication and tracking your workout. Like that kind of data that needs to be synced across all devices. Every machine would have that.
So it wouldn't matter what treadmill you're on, it would be able to like track your workout and send that data to your app.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you have the customizable layers. And that's where, the companies, the manufacturers can get creative and add their own, special features.
So like Peloton could still have its classes.
Exactly.
And like Technogym could still have its like, those virtual landscapes.
Yeah, the fancy stuff.
Yeah, but it would all work together.
Right. And the best part is, it wouldn't matter if you were a Google Fit person or an Apple Health person. The platform could like dynamically, integrate with whatever your preferred ecosystem is.
So like all your data would just be in one place. No more like manually syncing or switching between apps.
Yeah.
Okay, sign me up. But what's in it for like the companies that actually make the equipment? Why would they want to like play nice and share all their data?
I mean, that's the big question, right? But right now they're spending so much money developing their own, software.
Yeah.
So if they could, tap into a system that's already built, they could focus on just making really awesome hardware. Right. And it would open up their market too, right? Because now they're not alienating all the people who use like, a specific fitness ecosystem.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. But hold on. If we're connecting all this stuff, like that means a lot of our data is being shared. What about privacy? I can already see the headlines like hackers access millions of workout routines and
Right.
synchronized burpee data breach. Like, how do we make sure that our privacy is protected?
You're absolutely right. Data security would have to be like the #1 priority.
Okay.
But, the good news is we're not starting from scratch. Companies like Google and Apple have already made a lot of progress with, Health Connect and Health Kit, their health platforms.
So they've already kind of figured out some of the problems. Okay, that's good. So what are some of the things that we could learn from those platforms, like that we could apply to this, this unified gym world?
Well, I think the biggest thing is like user control and transparency. You get to choose what data is shared and who it's shared with. And whenever possible, sensitive information is stored on your device, not on some random cloud server.
Okay, so they're not like siphoning all our data into some giant fitness database.
No.
Okay. That makes me feel better. But
Yeah.
what about like all the data that's like flying back and forth between, the machines and the apps and stuff? Couldn't someone like intercept that? I watch a lot of spy movies.
Right.
I know how this ends.
I mean, Hollywood has definitely influenced our perception of cybersecurity, but strong encryption would be essential, to protect that data while it's moving around. It's
Okay.
like, putting your data in an armored car before sending it out onto the internet.
So basically we could just like use those same privacy frameworks that already exist.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this could actually work.
Yeah. It's not about picking between, innovation and responsibility. It's about finding a way to do both.
I like that. I feel like we're moving past like the basic idea and actually thinking about like the nuts and bolts of how this would, play out.
Right. And that's where things get really interesting, right? Because beyond the technical challenges, there are, some bigger questions about what this kind of platform could actually mean for the whole fitness industry.
That's what I like about these deep dives. We start with, like, a simple question and then just goes in all these crazy directions.
It really is like peeling back an onion.
Hopefully with fewer tears.
Yeah, unless we're talking about leg day.
Okay, yeah, true.
But seriously, let's talk about the impact. If we could figure out all the, the technical stuff and the logistics, how would this actually change how we work out?
Okay, yeah, let's paint a picture of this, like fitness utopia.
So imagine you walk into the gym and like every machine just knows you. It loads your profile, knows your settings, everything.
Okay, that does sound like super convenient, but is it, I don't know, is it more than that? Could it actually help people, like, reach their fitness goals?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely not just about convenience. This could like totally change the way we, train and track our progress. Imagine having all your data in one place, like from every machine, every workout.
So instead of like having all these random stats, spread out across like a million apps,
Right.
we could just have like this one unified view of everything.
Yeah, exactly. So you could like see trends over time, see where you're doing well, where you need to improve. You could even use that data to, adjust your training plan. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what about like, the social side of fitness? With this, I don't know, would this make gyms feel like less like a community, more like a data center or something?
I see what you mean. But, think about how social media has already changed things.
Mm.
People are already like sharing their workouts online, their progress, the struggles. This platform could actually like, build on that, make those connections even stronger.
So instead of just sharing like a screenshot of your workout summary on Instagram, you could
Yeah.
like actually share the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And you could get like feedback from your friends, from a trainer,
Yeah.
real-time support. It could be really cool.
Yeah, I'm starting to see how this could be really cool.
Yeah.
But I keep coming back to like, how would we actually do this? Like, get all these different companies to work together. I mean, they all have their own systems. They're all competing with each other.
It's definitely a challenge. No question. It would require like a huge shift in how everyone thinks,
Yeah.
moving from competition to collaboration.
So what would it take? Like, what's the big thing that would make all these companies like put aside their differences and make this happen?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the potential for growth. Like right now, there are so many people who just aren't into fitness tech
Right.
because it's, intimidating or it's just too fragmented. This platform could change that. It could make fitness more accessible, more appealing, bring in a whole new audience.
So more customers, more money for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. A win-win.
Okay, I'm liking the sound of this more and more, but okay, devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
What if this whole thing just becomes another way for like, the big tech companies to just like collect even more of our data?
I mean, it's a valid concern for sure, and that's why transparency and user control are so important. But I think we should also acknowledge that data can be a really good thing. Like, imagine a world where your workout is totally personalized, the machines know exactly what you need, you're getting real-time feedback based on, like your biometrics.
So instead of just tracking like steps and calories, we could be getting information about like our form, how we're recovering.
Right, exactly. We could use data to like actually optimize our workouts, prevent injuries, help people reach their goals more effectively and, safely.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting excited about this now. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I mean, we've talked about the good stuff, but
Yeah.
what about the, I don't know, the potential downsides? Are there things we should be like worried about?
Of course, yeah. I mean, with any new technology, there's always, the risk of unintended consequences. One thing that worries me is like the potential for inequality.
Ooh, how about?
Well, if this tech is really expensive to like put into practice, then only the really fancy gyms will be able to afford it.
Right.
And that could create, a gap between the people who can access this cool connected experience and those who can't.
That's a really good point. We need to make sure that everyone can benefit from this, not just, a select few.
Yeah, for sure. Accessibility and affordability need to be like top priorities.
And another thing, I don't know, it just popped into my head, but what if we become like too reliant on the technology?
Mm-hmm.
What if we start depending on these machines and algorithms so much that we like lose touch with our own intuition?
I think that's a valid concern. Yeah, it's like we need to remember that this is a tool. It's not like a replacement for, a human coach.
Yeah.
The goal is to like give people more control, not less.
So it's about finding that balance, right?
Mhm.
Between like the benefits of technology and, still being able to listen to our own bodies.
Exactly. It's about using technology to like help us understand ourselves and our fitness better, not to like tell us what to do.
Okay, I think we've covered like a lot of ground here. We've talked about the good, the bad, the ethical stuff. I'm feeling like a little overwhelmed, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like this platform could really change everything, but there's like a lot to think about.
Yeah, it's complicated, but I definitely think it's a conversation we need to have.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just like, the tech world. This is about like our relationship with fitness, our relationship with technology.
That's our relationship with ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. And that brings us back to you, the listener. What do you think about all of this?
Would you be into this, a future where your whole gym experience is connected and personalized?
Or does it make you a little nervous, with all the data sharing and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So we've talked about like all the good stuff and even some potential problems, but it's all just talk until like, we actually see it. So like, let's just imagine for a minute.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few years and you walk into a gym that like uses this platform, this like unified platform. What's the first thing you notice?
I think the first thing you'd notice is like there aren't any of those, sign up kiosks at each machine.
Yeah.
You'd probably just tap your phone or your watch at like a central spot and boom, your profile's active everywhere.
No more typing in your weight and like pretending not to notice that the person on the elliptical next to you is like judging you.
Right.
Okay, I like it. So then what?
It's all about like personalization.
Mm.
The machines would know your settings, the system would know what kind of workouts you like, and it could even suggest stuff based on your goals.
Yeah. So it's kind of like having a virtual personal trainer built into the gym.
Yeah.
But okay, what about people who like, want to do things the old-fashioned way? Would they have to use all this tech?
No, not at all. I mean, you could choose to like opt out of certain things, you could use the equipment like you normally would. The point is like you have the choice.
Okay, yeah.
The technology like adapts to you.
I'm thinking about like, those weight machines that have like the screens that play those like super cheesy workout videos?
Yeah.
Like now they could be showing you like your custom workout plan, maybe even with like tips on your form.
Yeah, totally. And like it could connect to your wearables. The machine could adjust based on your heart rate.
Okay.
So it'd be like a really like dynamic experience.
Well, wouldn't all this, tracking and stuff feel kind of like, I don't know, Big Brother-ish?
I mean, I get it. And that's why like privacy is so important. It would only work if people felt like, their information was safe.
So like all that stuff we talked about earlier, user control and keeping data on the device and strong encryption.
Exactly. The data is there to like help people, not to like spy on them.
Okay, so I'm starting to like buy into this whole thing. But,
Yeah.
like the big question is, would it actually like, make a difference?
I think it could. For some people, it might be like the convenience, the personalization, that keeps them going. For others, it might be the data helping them, avoid injuries.
Okay, yeah.
Like really reach their full potential.
So for the people out there who are like, this is all just a bunch of techie nonsense, what would you say to them?
I'd say like think bigger. We're talking about changing the entire fitness industry.
Yeah.
Like technology can make fitness more accessible, more fun, more effective. And maybe, just maybe, this platform is how we finally do it.
That's a good way to like end this. This has been a really like, I don't know, eye-opening conversation.
It really has.
The future of fitness is like wide open. Who knows what's going to happen?
It's definitely exciting.
So we want to hear from you, the listener. What do you think about all of this? Is this like the dream come true or, kind of a nightmare?
Yeah, let us know. Share your thoughts on social media. You can use the hashtag #UnifiedFitnessFuture.
We really want to hear what you think.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and, keep pushing those boundaries in the gym and everywhere else.
Absolutely.